Okay, guys, so let's talk about Shopify stock. So this stock is on a ridiculous bullish run, as are most of the e-commerce stocks like Amazon, Chewy, and just some of the ones off the top of my head. So what's basically going on is that Shopify is experiencing a ridiculous surge in online traffic, of course, due to the whole coronavirus and the quarantine situation. More people than ever are looking to purchase things online. So I just want to show you guys a quick article in Bloomberg. It says Shopify surges after CTO touts Black Friday traffic level. So the article says Shopify shares are on track for a record high after an executive said the e-commerce company was experiencing traffic similar to peak holiday levels, even predicted more growth. As we help thousands of businesses to move online, our platform is now handling Black Friday level traffic every day. It won't be long before our traffic has doubled or more. And then it says Shopify has gained as much as 11% on Friday during the course of its 7-day winning streak. The stock has gained 50%, adding $23 billion in market value. So it also goes on to say e-commerce companies like Shopify have been among the beneficiaries of the coronavirus pandemic as homebound consumers shift more of their purchases online, avoid going to physical stores. Amazon saw its shares rise to a record on Thursday, is on track for its biggest monthly gain in more than 2 years. So as they go on to say that obviously while traffic surge doesn't necessarily translate into an equivalent amount of revenue, it's a positive sign for the business, another positive sign of the strength of Shopify's platform, and a more positive signal for Shopify's ongoing business trends, guys. So what is Shopify? Well, basically Shopify is obviously a e-commerce platform, but they're not necessarily like Amazon. They allow you to sell things online with your own store. Okay, to give you guys kind of a more in-depth look into the business, let's take a look at their last quarterly report. So some of you guys are already familiar with Shopify, but if you aren't, I just wanted to throw out some key numbers for you. So as they talk about, 2019 was a milestone year for us. We earned the trust of more than 1 million merchants. We are motivated more than ever to keep lowering the learning curve so anyone can become an entrepreneur. So the whole goal of Shopify is basically to help you create your own online store. It's pretty cheap. You can sign up. It costs about 30 to 40 bucks a month for its most basic subscription. And a lot of people use the Shopify platform to sell things online. Lots of celebrities use it, and of course, small business owners. So because of the whole coronavirus shutdown affecting the global economy, a lot of businesses have had no choice but to move online. So this is obviously positive for a company like Shopify. So I just want to give you guys some of their latest quarter highlights. Their total revenue was $500 million, and that was up 47% year over year. Of course, the company isn't generating a profit right now, but they have so much long-term potential. So let's show you guys some of the full year results. So over the full year results, the net loss was about $124 million, or $1 per share. So obviously, they're still suffering a few losses year over year, but in that last quarter, they actually did do positive income. So they did do about 1 cent per share. So that's a good sign. And I would expect this company to be able to become profitable as more and more businesses come online. So total annual revenue was 1.5 billion, another 40% over the last fiscal year. So that was another 47% increase over 2018, guys. So this company has a lot of potential, but I want to show you guys exactly how they are responding to the whole coronavirus situation. So as you can see here, they've done lots of things to basically keep their customers happy, and they've extended their 90-day free trial. So if you guys sign up on Shopify and want to start your own e-commerce store, I know a lot of you guys perhaps have always wanted to start an e-commerce business. Now is a great time. They have a 90-day free trial, and they've been doing a lot of other things to kind of help their customers. So as you can see here, they have revised their earnings expectation, as have many businesses have. It says Shopify ended 2019 with momentum that continued into January and February 2020. This will enable us to report revenue and adjusted operating income for the first quarter within or ahead of our range of expectations provided on February 12th. 2020, despite the global economic disruption that emerged in March triggered by the coronavirus. So, guys, Shopify will report their earnings on May 6th. So, let's go back to that chart. So, this has been a ridiculous stock. And if you can see, over the last month, Shopify stock has been up 73%, one of the hottest stocks on Wall Street. So, now I want to talk a bit more about my price prediction and why I think it's possible that Shopify stock could potentially approach close to maybe $800 to $1,000 by the end of the year. So what I want to talk about is basically if we take a look back here and we back up over the 1 year chart, we can see that the stock over 1 year is up 172%. So guys, Shopify for me has I've seen such spectacular growth with this stock. So I want to show you guys some numbers. I get these numbers from Morningstar, and this tracks compounded annual growth rate is a very important number, the metric that I like to use to kind of reduce a lot of the noise when I'm picking investments. Okay, so you can find these numbers on Morningstar.com. You just go to Morningstar.com, type in the ticker SHOP, and then click trailing returns. So as you guys can see here, I'm taking a look at Shopify. So the stock hasn't even been around for that many years. The stock IPO'd around 4 years ago. And as you can see here, over the last 3 years, Shopify stock's compounded annual growth rate, that means the percentage that the stock has gone up each year, is over 100%. And for 1 year, 172%. So software stocks in general are some of the hottest stocks out here. Microsoft, of course, is probably the biggest software type company out there, but Shopify is quietly making some amazing progress. So why do I have such a high stock prediction on Shopify stock? Well, you can take a look right there. Basically, the stock has been doubling each year. So far this year, if we take a look at the year-to-date chart, we can see that Shopify stock is up around 44%. So obviously, you cannot look in the past and guarantee the future. That's not how we want to do things, or how I like to do things in general. But if we take a look and think, will Shopify be able to maintain a lot of their progress that they've made, and how has the coronavirus changed retail in general? Well, whatever gains that were being made towards things moving online, that has sped up a ton. So basically, if you weren't doing business online anyway, you were missing out on a lot of revenue and traffic, because even for small business owners, the way most people find them is they do Google searches. And Jeff Bezos and Amazon, Jeff Bezos is the richest guy in the world. So the richest guy in the world owns the largest e-commerce site in the Western Hemisphere. Actually, Alibaba is bigger than Amazon in terms of total volume, but of course, things were shut down for a long time in China, so that definitely slowed down Alibaba's progress for a while. But the thing is that if you want to make a lot of money, you've got to be involved in e-commerce in the future. So I want to show you guys some numbers. Take a look at the market cap. The current market cap for Shopify is $68 billion. So the stock is seeing an absolute surge in demand, obviously due to the whole coronavirus situation. So where do I think Shopify stock can go now? Well, according to the CTO, since he says traffic has doubled on his sites, we would assume that Shopify merchants and things like that are doing a ton of revenue. And as you guys probably already know, Shopify generates money through their customers as well. So as we can take a look here on some of the ways they make money. Okay, so this explosion in traffic is very good for Shopify, because they do generate a lot of their revenue through gross merchandise volume. So just looking at the last quarter, the company basically did 20.6 billion and gross merchandise volume. So obviously, we don't expect sales to double if traffic has doubled, but we would expect that number to be a lot higher in Q1 and Q2. So guys, basically Shopify is just one of the many e-commerce solutions that is generating a lot of additional traffic and revenue due to the current situation. And another thing that I like about Shopify, I think that this company is very, very innovative as well. They aren't very standstill. So as you guys can see, this also will affect a lot of different markets. So it says Shopify has launched 13 additional native language capabilities on the platform. They've introduced Chinese, Dutch, Danish, Finnish, Hindi, Korean, Malay, Norwegian, and they've also launched payments in additional countries, expanding the availability of Shopify payments to Italy, Netherlands, Singapore, Hong Kong, and Germany. So this company is growing like crazy, and now with all these additional languages and things like that, and accepting payments in different countries, they just hit 1 million subscribers on their platform. This company is ready to explode. So I think Shopify is an excellent, excellent long-term hold, and this is definitely a stock that I need to definitely start thinking about adding to my portfolio and taking a long-term position. So there's a couple of things that you guys could potentially do when it comes to Shopify stock. So the stock has absolutely surged and has broken out to a new all-time high now. So where is the stock going to go, and where do I think it's going to head in the future? Well, I told you guys I think that Shopify stock could potentially hit around $800 to $1,000 by the end of the year. And the reason I say this is simply because I'm using that 100% compounded annual growth rate. So if we take a look here, Shopify stock was trading at around $400 in January, and now it's sitting at 590. So if we go back to the trailing returns, I know you can't use these numbers to guarantee return, but I'm just saying that Shopify has already been a high growth, high return stock anyway, and it's so perfectly positioned with all of these small businesses having to shut down. A lot of people have simply moved things online. And with Shopify, you can sell lots of different things. You can sell clothing, you can sell apparel, electronics, whatever you want, you can sell it online. So 100% over the last 3 years annually. So now if we use that same extrapolation, that means Shopify stock should be trading at around $800 by the end of the year. But I think it has a potential to go even higher because Shopify stock was probably moving towards that range without these unique circumstances. So now that this company is experiencing Black Friday level traffic every day on top of the holiday season that's coming at the end of the year, and a lot of people are probably going to be spending money because they maybe didn't have a lot of money in the beginning of the year due to this situation. So maybe they'll be spending even more obviously during the holiday season to kind of make up for the lack of funds and kind of the lack of economic activity in the beginning due to this whole unique situation. So I think a good price target for Shopify stock, a conservative one would be $800, but probably due to this circumstance, I can bump that up to about $8,000 by 2021. So I think Shopify stock can hit $1,000 by the end of the year, and this company is one of the best stocks out there for long-term holders. Very easy to set up an online store. The company's based in Canada, excellent run company, and just a lot of nice things about this stock. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video on why I think Shopify stock is headed to $1,000. So let me know what you think. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this content, and subscribe to my channel because I post videos on stocks like Shopify, Amazon, Tesla, and other companies as well every day. So if you guys want me to cover a specific stock, just let me know in the comments. So until next time, guys, take care.